Welcome to Around the Reel with your hosts, Aaron Carlson, Charles Lawson, and Samantha Hanna. Ah, shit. Here we go again.
Yeah.
How's your Wi-Fi there?
It says full bars.
Okay, so you should be good.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we can give it a shot and see.
We'll try.
We'll try to let you know what's going on our end. That's too bad. Dang it. All right.
Good. It's good right now, though.
Yeah.
So wherever you're at, stay there.
Yeah, don't move.
Don't move.
Don't lose the signal.
Don't lose the signal. Serious, man.
Like an antenna right now.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Well, okay.
Well, hi.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a minute.
It does
There's
sometimes.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Can you see us all, or just one of us?
I can see everybody perfectly.
Perfect.
Good.
It's
Good.
really nice to meet everybody.
Yeah, man. You too,
Yeah,
bro.
you
Thanks
too.
for
Nice to meet you, buddy.
Thanks for getting in here. Now, I met Jeff when
Yes.
we were shooting. These guys
Yeah,
weren't
yeah,
there.
yeah.
These
Showing
these
off.
guys are producers too, but it was Mother's Day. Sam had a lot of Mother's Day things to do with the kids.
Yeah.
Chuck had to go see his mama, so he couldn't come. I don't have a mom, so
I
went
wanted to be there.
Damn.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, just a way to throw out the oh
I
shit.
know,
It's just real.
I mean,
It's just
the
real.
truth.
She's not here anymore. But I met Jeff on one of our shoots, and we talked a little bit when we were out there. We had a lot of stuff we were doing, right? However, you know, he's in our group chat too for the Horrorverse, and he shared some of his work. I shared it with Sam and Chuck. They've seen it, and that's why you're on this show, Jeff, because
Yeah.
I had no clue, brother, that you were doing that other shit. That is fucking dope. So
It
please,
is, yeah.
welcome to Around the Reel,
Welcome to Around the Reel.
and introduce yourself to the audience and let them know kind of what you do.
Welcome to
I
Renee.
appreciate that. My name is Jeff. In my spare time, I do a lot of music. I love shooting music videos and writing scripts for music videos. If you watch all my videos, I kind of die at the end.
Yeah,
Are you dying
And a
like
lot
all
of
of
it
them?
just so it's dramatic, right? but I love acting. I've always been interested in doing movies. Everywhere I go. So I did a little stand-up comedy before.
Oh wow, that's
And
hard.
the only reason anything was funny because it was like everybody told me it's a super villain on stage telling jokes.
Oh shit.
because he's got a look, right?
Is that a compliment or a
Yeah.
put down? I know.
No, he's got
I
a
have
badass
no
look.
clue.
I know.
I was drunk and high, so I didn't care at
Like
the time.
okay, sounds good.
Are you funnier when you're drunk and high? Do you need a moment so you can be funnier on the show?
No, we love
You
them
know,
all.
I didn't
We
want to
love
do comedy
supervillains.
because they'll just laugh at me, right?
Well, I mean, isn't that the point?
Well, Jeff's got a look. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you do. It's a
when-
cool
Oh,
look.
it's so badass.
Yeah.
And when you showed up and Aaron Focus, you know, he was talking about you a lot. And I'm like, okay. And he was like, yeah, this is my buddy. You know, he'd love to be in the movie. And I'm like, oh shit, let's get him on. And then he sent me a photo of you. And I was like, this motherfucker could lead this biker gang. He looks like a fucking
know.
gangster.
And, yeah.
This shit is dope.
And then you showed
love
it to me,
love
and what'd I say?
Oh, you
was
yeah,
like-
same thing. Like badass. He looks badass, Aaron. I'm like, I know he does. It's fucking cool,
Yeah.
man. Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, but here's the thing. Not only is he look cool, but he can fucking act. He's really fucking good. Dude, you're really good. So, my first question to you is, when did you get interested in like creating? Like what was the thing? What did you start with? The tattoos, or was it music, or was it
Man, I
acting?
started with music.
Wow.
Okay.
I started with music. So I don't know what kind of music y'all listen to. Do you know who Brother Lynch Hung is?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
I
No,
was
Sam would
signed
know
to Brother
better than
Lynch
me.
Hung's record label.
Oh no shit. Okay.
I was actually signed by Brother Lynch
wow.
for about 2 years. I toured with Dilemma. I toured with Strange Music, a couple other people. But the thing is, being on the road and having kids don't mix. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
It's hard.
by blood, I'm a father first. So,
Right.
you know,
Mhm.
a lot of the pipe dream got put away. And I just looked at it as I got this far. That was actually good enough for me. And I've always done videos, and I love acting in videos. I did this other video where we were in Kansas, and it was like this old abandoned castle with like graffiti everywhere. And I got with a couple of people, and I was like, dude, ballroom all fucking day, right? I got people in gold masks, girls dancing with each other. There's a gesture. I'm like in this like broke ass like tomb room, and I'm getting my ass beat and shit. Like it was pretty awesome.
That's
Like,
cool.
and from that moment, it was that video that set it off for me. Because when I saw that video, I was like, this looks like a movie. I'm like, I don't need to do music. This is not where I belong right now. And then a few years later, I wrote my first script.
Oh shit. Okay.
I wrote my
Right,
first
dude.
script, and I actually sent it to Aaron, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I know where you're
And so the script for me, and it's just a turn of events in this script that actually like, so when I was writing it, my daughters would be like, "Oh, Dad, what are you writing?" And I'll tell them I'm writing a movie script. They're like, "Oh, read it to me." And it started off as 6 pages,
Okay.
just in a small little notebook, and I would read them a page every day. And by the 3rd page, when these things were happening, my girls are sitting there crying, and I was like, "No, baby, it's just a story, right?" And then my mom heard it and she cried. I'm like, you know what? This has something in it, and it can't just be because it's written by me, because I've shared this story with people and they're just like, no way. And I told the story like it was real, like it actually happened,
Okay.
just to get a response, right? And the response that I got was like, man, amazing, utterly amazing. I was like, nobody's ever felt this way about my music. You know what I'm saying? I've never gotten tears from my music, right? So I was like, this is most definitely where I need to be at. And Focus actually was the first one to actually get me to be an extra in a movie. And that's when we did Do Justice.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Very good. Very good. Okay. It's weird, right? Yeah. I mean, your music's great, dude. It's great.
It is great, and
But-
you don't expect. I mean, you can rap.
He can fucking flow, right?
fucking
He
rap.
didn't fuck around.
Yeah, it's crazy,
Yeah.
and you don't expect it to come out of you too. So when you start, you're like, "What?"
I know. Look at this
Yeah, I tell people
motherfucker.
I just look like this.
But you know, your videos, sell it. You hard sell with your videos, man.
Because you're telling a story.
Yeah, it brings out your lyrics more, I think. I don't think people have the comprehension sometimes to really follow a story verbally. You know what I mean? Like, I remember, how many songs do you guys ever listen to when you were a kid? And you just liked the song, but you never knew what the fuck
Don't
they were
talk
saying.
to me about lyrics. I know all the lyrics.
all the
to
fucking
songs.
time. All the fucking time.
happens.
It like
Me.
registers later.
Way later,
me.
when you're like, oh shit, he's talking about blah blah blah. You
I
know,
listen
like
to the words
yeah,
all the time.
and
every
you're
time.
like, oh shit, I had no idea. It took me forever to even get that with music.
Yes.
But if you that's why music videos hit so hard. I think on MTV. I mean, it
If
helped.
it's done correctly, yes.
yeah.
tell a story, yeah, for sure.
Yes.
But it's words to me, and I'm a poet, so words are words.
You can
and
follow it.
Music is poetry to me, and
Yep.
so is rap. So it's all poetry to me. So I always listen to the words, always, and I always have.
I never did.
And see, this is proof of what I've been saying for years. I've always been an artist.
Very good.
I've always been an artist. I've always been somebody's artist that does music, that knows the craft, that knows the words, that knows the wordplay, that can break down syllables. Those are the people that are like, oh, snap. Anybody else, they're like, what did he say?
Right.
Why do I feel like your brother would love him?
Oh, dude, yeah. You and my brother would get along so
yeah,
good.
his brother would
Yeah.
love you.
You guys are pretty much the same dude.
yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
It's fun.
That's awesome.
No, dude.
He must be an awesome guy.
No, he's a
cool
badass.
dude.
Yeah.
He's a very
Yeah,
good guy.
He's a badass. And he
Very
looks like
cool
he's got tats everywhere.
Yep, looks
He's
just-
light skinned. He's way lighter than I am. He's half black too, but he looks
You
white.
can't
He
tell.
just has nappy hair. That's the only difference. But he's all badass too.
He's just
man.
more of a red bone. That's all that is.
He talks like you
Yes.
though, and yeah, he's,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Man. Okay. So you start getting into the music. It leads you into the movie stuff.
Yes.
You
And the script writing.
and the script writing especially. So when you kind of got bit by that bug, that's what filmmakers say. You got bit by the bug.
Okay, that's
It's pretty
so
gay.
gay.
It's so gay. So
But when that bug me,
But,
yeah.
but you keep saying it.
yeah, I know. It's kind of fun. You know what
When
else
you
I've
were
been saying
drawn
too?
into the dark side of creativity,
Yes,
Oh, God.
that's another way to say it, Chuck. I've been saying dopamine a lot too because our daughter was just in here doing it, and I couldn't stop saying dopamine. I couldn't stop. I said
Couldn't
dopamine?
stop.
Dopamine.
He said it so many times. I was like,
because it's kind of a cool
really?
word if you just go dopamine. It's kind of badass. Anyway,
I guess it
we'll move
depends on who you ask, but okay.
All right, so you do get into the craft of filmmaking. So you haven't done a lot of acting, but just the music videos, is that correct? Except what focus
Just
got you?
music videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're great in those. You're really good in those. So
That's acting.
yeah, what
That is
inspired you to transition into writing something then? How did that happen?
Well, the best way to say it is, so I've always wrote short stories. Boo Boo, I fuck with you because I'm also a poet. I was a poet first before I was an artist. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
yeah.
Spoken word was my shit. I spent evenings at Langston Hughes free reading, and I've done all the shit, right? I was a backpacker for a long time, graffiti artist, so poetry was my jam, right?
Gotcha.
I love
So
Saul
was running.
Williams, you know what I'm saying? Langston Hughes,
Yes.
you know, Edgar Allan Poe is
Oh,
most
yeah.
definitely one of my favorites, you know what I'm saying? But I've always written stuff, and I was watching this movie and I was like, this is retarded, because I've literally never seen the movie before, and they're like, who's the killer? I'm like, that bitch. They was like, nah. I was like, that bitch did it. She did it. She fucking did it. And everybody was like, no, she didn't do it. And then guess what?
She did it.
She did it. She fucking did it. And everybody was like, how did you know? Look how the bitch is standing. You already know that she fucking did it. These movies are so fucking obvious. And that's what I got tired of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And while I'm sitting here bitching and moaning about somebody else's movie, if you're not going to participate and do something, shut the hell up. And I'm not shutting my mouth. I'm going to show you that I can do it too, but I can
love
do
that.
it better.
I love that.
Fair enough.
I love that. Because
That's
you're
dope.
right. You can't bitch unless what are you doing?
Exactly.
So,
No.
yeah.
No. So
you're gonna
he's-
bitch about the story. Well, make a better one then.
Mhm.
Let's see you do it.
I love that.
Yeah, I love that
Yeah,
too.
it's dope. It's dope.
That's challenging yourself too, and that's what I feel like you should always be doing. Anyway.
Absolutely.
Especially as
Yeah.
an artist, because an artist
Yeah.
needs to be constantly challenged.
Yeah, if you're gonna talk the talk, you walk the walk.
Yeah.
You know what I
Pretty
mean?
much.
Straight up.
Exactly.
Straight up.
The script that I gave Aaron is that script.
Can I read it?
So my guy, yeah, you're more than welcome to. My guy, Sheldon Black, who also works with
Mhm.
Focus, he helped me write all the dialogue.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But the movie, the storyline, like I was gonna say fuck the movie and just write a book. Like it's that interesting.
Okay.
It's that interesting. The way I wrote the story, you can see everything. I'm all about visualizing. I'm all about, if you're going to read something, I don't want you falling asleep.
Mhm.
I don't want you trying to get through something. You know what I'm saying? I want it. And it starts off a little slow. You know what I'm saying? It starts off with him being arrested and getting out of jail. That's the slow part. And then everything after that, you're like, no fucking way.
This is not a true story, or is it a true story?
These are events that has happened and a few things that's been made up.
Okay.
Beautiful. That's the best way to do them.
Just to kind of throw off my family so they don't
Honestly,
think I'm
yeah.
writing about us.
That's right. Yeah. But you're
You
blurring
know what I'm
reality.
saying?
Yeah.
That didn't happen. Of course it couldn't be about us.
That's the beauty of these things, man. Blurring reality. That's what you
Yeah.
got to do. You got to
It
blur
is.
it. You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
you
What's
gotta
real
mix,
and what isn't.
You gotta mix the two to make it the best.
Absolutely.
That's what I believe. Because Aaron's
Mixed
a
mediums,
good,
man.
he's a good
Mhm.
fiction guy, or he likes fiction. I like nonfiction. Or is it
So
the other
Creepy
way around?
Chuck has been sitting here staring at us, bro.
I know what
That's
he.
what
That's
he
what he
does.
does.
And
That's
has
why we
not
call
said
him creepy.
nothing.
He
The
doesn't say
conversation
Actually-
I stepped in on was
Chuck-
like left field. So I'm like,
I
where's
think he
this
wants
guy?
you to.
Well, so
talk.
Jeff, one of the things you're going to do, you're going to go back and listen to the show, and while you talk and while everybody talks, I say things while people talk. But my voice is so low, it usually doesn't register while you're talking because you can't hear me. But the fans do, and just like what you said, you know, I was a graffiti artist. I said, Andy, you like to run because you had to get the fuck out of there when you got caught.
I heard it.
I've been talking
I
the
heard
whole
it.
time.
Yeah.
You just don't hear me because you're talking.
Well, Chuck, how about this? Since he wants engagement from you, our guest does.
Yes.
Why don't you go ahead and ask some questions of our guest, and let's
Yeah.
get to know him on Chuck's level. Let's see what what can we learn from Jeff through Chuck? Let's go.
What can
Yes.
you learn from me? Okay, so
when you want to
what's
tap
the-
out, go ahead and just tap out. Just kidding.
What's the absolute, with all the things that you've tapped into between poetry, music, some film work, videos, what's the most beautiful artistic thing that you think you've ever created?
Sacred geometry.
Now you have to explain what the fuck that means.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Please.
Oh,
no.
you have no idea what sacred geometry
No,
I have no
But
clue.
if you even start like being Terrence Howard right now, I'm gonna keep it rolling. Let's go. No, he froze. Oh
No, he didn't.
didn't.
He was just smiling.
No, he was just.
I have no idea. No, we don't know. We don't know.
No, can you please?
Are you talking about how 1 times 1 can't be one? Can't be one?
That's why that's Terrence
And
Howard.
it can't unless you bend the laws of physics.
Here we go.
Take out $2. I'm gonna show you really quick. So multiply.
I got 20s.
I
Break
Hang
down
on.
the word
$1.
multiply. Pull out 2 bills.
Oh gosh.
Take out
shit.
2 bills, Chuck, because I don't care.
Yeah.
I only got one.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
I got 2
Rip it
receipts.
in half. No, I'm playing. All right,
I
got
grab a
two.
bill and
They're
something
hella
else. There you go.
downstairs.
So now multiply. Put that one piece of paper on that other piece of paper. That's 1 times 1. 1 through 9 is aggressive multiple or aggressive addition. See, when you get to 2 times 5, that 5 doubles, right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
But 1 times 1 is 1. Now, if somebody told you, I'm going to give you this dollar and multiply that dollar, how many dollars should you have?
Say it one more time, please.
If somebody
'Cause I
gives
was
you
still
a
stuck on
dollar
1
and
times 1.
multiply that dollar, you should have at least two.
If I
Yeah.
told
You
you,
should have at least 2.
give me your dollar, and I have a dollar,
Yeah.
and I'm going to multiply it,
Yes.
you get
More than two,
$2
yeah.
back, right? Because I'm
Mhm.
multiplying. When you buy double ply fucking tissue, are you wiping your ass with a single ply?
No, that's 2 ply. There's 2. Yeah, there's 2.
Well,
But
there's
there's
better
1.
be.
So 1 times 1 is actually 2 then, isn't it?
I see your point.
Okay.
I'm following you.
And
However,
if you
why?
take 1 times 1 equals 1, you're telling me that energy, that 1, doesn't exist in the first place. So you're making up your own math.
I get it with 1 times 1, but I don't see it when you go further than that. Because if I have $2 or $7 and I times it by 1, I don't get
That's
8.
But if you go off of that theory, then that 1 has to mean something. You can't have it be negative.
It's gotta be.
A has to multiply to the number of B. It has to multiply.
You can't multiply this unless you have this, and these are
So
two
check
different
this
things.
out.
And they're 2 different things. I get
Yeah.
that.
2 fish. Check this out. 2 fish and 3 loaves. Do you guys know this story?
I don't. No, we're stupid.
I know.
2 fish. Oh my God. So Jesus fed a multitude.
I just say I
of
know the story.
5,000 people. Thank you. 5,000 people with 2 fish and 3 loaves. You have to understand, we praise the God of multiplication. He gave them the two fish and 3 loaves and gave thanks for this 2 fish and 3 loaves. And then when he pulled the basket back down, he had enough to feed over 5,000 people.
Well, I thought
It
that
was
was
a
just
big-
like,
it was a
well,
big
that's
basket.
like
that's just like magic
that's-
Bible stuff, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hold on
Wait
a
a
second.
minute.
Hold on a
You
second. Hold on a
you
second.
had me at the 1
So-
times 1. You're losing me
So
now.
the way that you perceive that
Enlighten us.
story is how most people are starting to perceive 1 times 1.
That it's all fake.
Okay. No. Aaron,
Hey,
are you not
Don't do
listening?
that. Don't do that. And I'm gonna stay off of that subject. For sure.
Are you
I'm
not
listening.
You're not listening, Aaron.
I am listening. I'm just hearing it through my ears.
So with sacred geometry, what it is, the shape of things. So the energy of a human, right?
Mhm.
The shape of your energy
Yeah.
is actually a tetrahedron, which is a pyramid shape.
Okay.
Okay.
See, we're so human that our personality is here, right?
Most of it, yeah.
It's not. It sits right here.
Explain.
This is called energy. So this is the
Energy.
subtle energy that you can't see, that is invisible, right?
Right.
Do you believe that things give off vibration?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Or
Chuck's
the
penis
energy,
does.
yeah.
That's all I know.
Stop it.
Oh, sorry.
And my
I heard
lip.
it called power outages.
Yeah,
But-
well, I mean, apparently. It might be
But
because
again,
he's
your
sitting on his
personality is
balls
here,
too,
right?
though. I'm not
Okay. So personality is
I've
here.
been known to change personalities with the
Everything
vibration.
around it is reverb energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So thoughts, feelings, all these things can come
Correct.
into your personality.
Yes.
And then it sends it to your brain and translated it in the concept of this is who you are and this is how you're perceiving it. So we have this triangle shape, this tetrahedron, right, of energy that is around us. And then we have a biosphere of aura that is multicolored due to head, throat, chest, groin, knees, feet, right? We have different energy. You ever heard somebody say, oh, you have a beautiful aura?
Yeah.
Or her aura is. You heard that. So this is a real thing. Our body gives off energy. And what sacred geometry does, it breaks down the palace walls to tell you where it's coming from.
Okay.
Imagine that you could power a whole street with people walking on it.
Like, well, that's why they made Matrix. You know, turn people into batteries.
Well, wait a minute though.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. Okay, I'm with you. I'm following.
Okay.
So, friction and kinetic energy. If you can transfer kinetic energy into some type of panel or rotary machine, you can actually power shit through vibration.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't create something that pulls somebody's kinetic energy out of them, otherwise it won't stop.
Right.
So when they're walking, they're giving off that kinetic energy. See, kinetic energy is mechanical energy. If kinetic energy is mechanical energy, what do you have?
But if you connect to it, how do you stop it from like he's saying, like it being too much?
Why would you want to stop it?
Well,
energy's supposed to flow. If you need power for lights, if you need power to turn on your stove, if you need power for your heat because you have a newborn and it's winter time and the people are trying to cut your power off, why not have something that's absolutely free?
I don't know,
and
because
that
I
continues
question
to flow.
everything, and what does too much do?
Too much anything is bad.
I think too much is bad.
Okay, no, I get it.
No, I get what you're saying, though. I totally get what you're saying, and you're absolutely right.
So
you're absolutely right.
But not to go in super deep, but the most creative thing I've ever found or did myself is sacred geometry.
That research, okay.
When did you do this and read about this and learn about this? Because I've never fucking heard of it.
For the past almost 8 months.
Oh, okay, so recent. It's not
recent.
You just stumbled into it. So you were stupid like 9 months ago, like we are.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Got it.
So
what's real crazy?
He said he called us stupid.
Yeah, he
What's
even said
real
it. He was
crazy,
like, yeah.
Everything about sacred geometry. You guys ever heard of the golden ratio?
I've never heard of that.
Of course not. No.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so
Dude.
the golden ratio.
Dude, I was watching Miami Vice last night.
It's not one of those like you're dumb. Oh my gosh. It's oh my gosh. Like you need to know about this.
Okay.
The golden ratio. If you look at a snail shell, how it has that nice wind to it, that spiral. So that ratio is a 1/1/6 ratio. If you look at your shoulder, so touch your shoulder, Aaron. Okay. Now slide down to your elbow.
Yeah.
That's one.
Okay.
Now from your elbow to your wrist. That's one. So that's 1/1. And then from your wrist to your fingertips.
Okay.
That's by. So you have a 1/1/6 ratio. If I chopped your shoulder and took your arm and stuck them together, they'd be the exact same thing. This is what Da Vinci was talking about.
Huh.
Okay. So there's a 1/1/6 ratio in your cat, in your fish, in your geometric storms. So anything from a tornado to a hurricane has that golden ratio. If you look at a flower, has that golden ratio. If you look at how Romans built the Colosseums and other sacred places, it's built in a golden ratio. If you go back to the Holy Grail story, St. Mary's is built in that golden ratio. Okay? You have a 1/1/6 ratio for everything living and organic. Do you know why there's no straight lines in nature?
Why?
Because that shit's hard to draw.
Because everything's in waves. Everything
But what about like
is
the
curved.
horizon?
Nothing is straight. Huh?
The horizon.
Well, horizon. So what I mean is that if you look at a flower, how many straight lines do you see?
Okay, I got you. Well, the stem.
You see what I'm saying? There are no straight lines in nature.
Yeah,
there is none.
Okay, now I get what you're
So
saying.
You know why?
Organically, yes. Why?
Exactly.
Why?
So what I'm saying is that there has to be a definite designer behind this. There had to have been an architect for the world.
Oh, you're
and
going
for
deep
everything in
now.
it. You ever
You're going
slice
deep.
down into a kiwi and see how it spirals perfectly in a geometric shape?
I don't need kiwi.
I eat
You
kiwi.
stole
But
my
I've
line,
seen-
fucker. I don't eat
it's
kiwi.
crazy. There's a lot of crazy things, and yes, it is.
It's weird.
It's weird.
It's weird.
But you're gonna kind of.
It is weird.
I
No,
don't know.
But check this out. And this is the thing. See, mathematics is not problem solving. Mathematics are not just numbers. Geometrics, okay? It's not just shapes. If you add every shape, hexagon, pentagon, triangle, square, sphere, if you add those dimensions together, do you know what number you get?
What number do you get?
9. So a sphere is 360 degrees. What's 3 plus 6?
Okay,
9.
9. But what's
The
six?
Earth
What's 6 times 3?
vibrates. The Earth vibrates, but listen, the Earth vibrates at 432 hertz in the perfect key of F major or F sharp.
Okay.
432. 4 plus 3 plus 2 is 9.
Okay.
So these are shapes. Pentagon,
So
hexagon.
you're saying, okay, so you're
the design of your platonic solids, everything about this world, sacred geometry, the golden ratio, everything that Da Vinci and Pythagoras and everybody else that was trying to solve, that spent their whole life trying to solve. Nikola Tesla with the 3-6-9 theory.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
now
gonna
if you
have
look at the number
I'm gonna
3,
have to think on this one. I'm gonna. That's
No,
you're
this-
going deep.
now do your research. Do your research.
Okay, I will.
information.
I will.
If you look at the 3, the Father, the Son,
And
the Holy
Ghost.
Spirit.
Yeah.
Now check this out. God always talks about doubling, tripling, quadrupling. He's a God of multiplication, right?
Okay.
So everything that you give to somebody, you're gonna get back tenfold. You ever heard that? What you do to somebody,
I've
you'll
heard
get
it,
back
but it
tenfold.
hasn't
See,
been
people
true.
been
So
make
telling
sure
you
it's always
their whole
good.
lives
Right.
that
Yeah.
what you perceive, what you vibrate out, is exactly what you get back.
The
But
fuck?
what you get back is what you give out. It's not only
Huh.
in the law of attraction. This is actual application.
Okay.
So sacred geometry, the golden ratio, all these things are just, it's a confirmation that our
Okay.
world didn't happen by accident, but there's a grand design behind this.
And this, and you,
See
and,
that?
and so when you're researching this 8 months ago, when you fell into this, what'd you think before it?
Oh, dude. I'm like, you're fucking crazy. I'm like, you're absolutely crazy. It took me I sit in the truck all day with my brother and I work, me and my boy Nick. And he looked at me one day and he's like, do you know what the golden ratio is? I was like, I have no fucking clue what the golden ratio is. I'm thinking like, we're going to build a clubhouse and like there's a way to do it. Dead ass. And so he starts explaining these things to me, and me being a Christian, I'm like, look, everything that you're talking about, science, evolution, all these things, like we don't get with that, right? Because this goes against everything I've ever believed. But he said this, he said, have you ever went to a museum or an art gallery and you happen to see your favorite artist on the wall? I was like, yeah. And then like the dopamine kicks in. Dopamine.
Oh, word of the day.
It
Yeah.
kicks in, right? And so you get all excited. He said, imagine walking with God in his art gallery. And that's what turned me on to wanting to know more at that point.
Okay. Okay.
Because if people believe in evolution,
That's
if
what I
that's the
believe
case,
in.
our
So you're
tomato
talking to me
plants
right
would
now.
have been like moving by themselves already. Like
Not necessarily.
vegetation, animals, all these things, like everything has to evolve. It's not just humans that evolve, right?
All right. What?
Like trees,
Well,
like
not
trees.
necessarily,
It's
but
a
it could
living
be.
organism.
I get that. I get
Yeah.
that. I get
You know what I'm
all.
saying? So,
Sort of.
But how do we know it's one power? Like, there's a lot of people out there that believe in dimensional beings. There's people that believe in aliens. I mean, if those are
I don't
true,
knock, and I don't knock nobody, but see, this is what you have to understand: that people can't grasp the reality of what I'm telling you. If your Earth had more oxygen, you would die.
sure.
If it had less oxygen,
You would die.
You would die.
It's a
Yeah.
perfect thing. We
If you
talked
didn't
about this a
have
lot.
water,
Right.
Yeah.
you would die.
But that doesn't necessarily
If-
mean that something's responsible for that. It could just be.
It can't be a happy accident, is what
Could-
Jeff is saying.
No, it could be. It could be a happy
Do
accident.
you believe in coincidences?
Yep,
I do.
I
Do
do.
you believe
I fully
that
believe in
anything
it.
happens for a reason?
I believe everything does happen for a reason.
I've
Did I just?
So therefore, wait a minute.
I've been
I
questioning
know, I
that
just
though.
did.
You don't believe in coincidences.
Yeah. See,
I mean, okay, so
You fell
I
into
get what
that
I
one.
know. I that's why I said I get what I just said. I get what
Yeah.
I just did. I get it. I get it.
I think
But I
don't.
this is the
don't. But I
thing.
don't
It's
need an
okay
answer
to
for everything.
believe-
I don't need an answer.
It's okay
for
to
everything. I'm just
believe
gonna
what you
say
want.
that.
It's okay not to believe what you want. And I don't
Yes.
ever try to push my beliefs on anybody.
Sure.
But if anybody were to ask me, I'm going to tell you the truth and what I feel. Now, like you said, how do I know? I'm going to tell you exactly how I know.
Yeah, tell me.
Please.
Aaron, I'm a single father. Okay? I recently just met somebody and started talking to him. But up until now, I've been a single father.
How many kids do you have? 2?
I have 9.
You have 9 kids. Okay.
Whoa. 9?
9 kids.
Aaron's like, holy
I have
shit.
3.
Wait, no. I mean,
have
the 9
3
thing he was
that-
talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
weird. Okay.
I have the 3 that live with me full time.
Okay.
I work 2 jobs, right? I do everything I'm supposed to as a father. Let me tell you something when I'm telling you, even working my job and running a career, I still don't have enough money to provide for my children.
Of course.
Well, yeah,
I get that, yeah.
So listen to what I'm saying, because that's not a bad thing.
Okay.
You ever heard somebody ever say God provides?
Yeah, I've heard that
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, Chuck's our friend. He's a Christian.
Let
Yeah,
me tell you
he is.
this. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you, and I'm keeping it 100.
Okay.
There are times where I went by myself into a place by myself, and my heart and my mind were in agreement of I need help with my children.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I told nobody this. Not only did I get a job to cover rent and most of my bills, but I was also blessed with a career full time as I'm working a job that pays for everything that my kids need. And I mean for all my kids.
And you attribute
Wow.
this
Now,
to
I'm-
one specific thing?
Yes.
Or
I'm one, I contribute not only financial provisions,
Mhm.
but I'm a counselor, I'm a friend, I'm a plaything, I'm a jungle gym, I'm a maid, I'm a chef. So I'm literally in this to win this, right?
Right.
When I tell you there's nothing I could ever turn to in life that can help me do this other than God.
Okay.
Now it says in Isaiah 40:31, he who trusts in the Lord will renew his strength. Now there's been times before I was a believer that I've noticed that my life was not only draining, but it was disruptive, and it pulled me away from my children.
Okay.
So I know what the other side is. I know what it is to not believe. I know what it is to curse something that you didn't understand. I was on that side of that. I'm not sitting there looking at y'all being a believer my whole life saying, I don't know what it is to be, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I know exactly what that is. There can't just be one God. For the whole world, he's omnipresent. What does omni even mean, right? Wigged out. So again, what I'm telling you is that I don't have knowledge of God. I don't have a lot of knowledge of the Bible. I have verses that I've, personally remembered because these are the things that help me, right? But I can tell you I have more experience with Jesus in my life than knowledge. I've witnessed these things come into my life. And these are things that I've asked for and told nobody else about.
Right.
It's
So,
works for
and
you
I know
and
I
follow
don't
you
have the
through.
power to change it, because if that's the case, bro, I'm snapping my fingers and my kids are good for life.
I'll tell you what, right now, you're an interesting motherfucking dude.
No, he's badass. I love him. I told you,
it's
Jeff
cool.
is a shit.
Like,
Jeff is a shit.
You're an interesting
Yeah,
person.
I love you. I love you to death. These are my kind of conversations. I love these so much. I love these. So let me ask
I
you.
mean-
Here's a tough question. Here's a tough question though, because you said some things that really piqued my interest. And you said, you didn't say anything to these people, and you needed the income, you needed that job, you needed to find a way. You didn't say a fucking word, and you went there, and something happened, right? That benefited that made you feel like you somebody's watching over you, right? But here's the thing. This is me as the person on earth with my feet on the ground, believing in people
Yes.
and not anything else controlling my fate. Okay? Because I don't really believe in fate. I don't. What I believe in is the hustle. See, if you sat on your ass to me, Jeff, and you were on your couch and you're smoking weed and you're playing fucking Xbox, that's not going to happen. So you can contribute that energy you had to go out there, to put that effort in, to be in those places.
Right.
And whether God got you there or not, I don't know, right? But I do know you got your ass out and you were doing something and you gave yourself an opportunity. See, I believe in that shit a lot. Because you weren't a lazy fuck and you didn't stop, I believe that's why you got those opportunities. I don't know if God had anything to do with that. Bless you for thinking that way. I have no problem with that. But to me, I like people who don't fucking sit on their ass and bitch and don't do anything. And you didn't. You didn't.
And that's why,
Please go.
Let me tell you something. Now, put your seatbelt on, player.
Uh-oh, you better buckle up.
I'm going to hold on to the desk.
He said buckle the fuck
Look,
up right
bring it.
now.
So
I love it.
I know what it is to be in the right place at the right time. I know what that is. I was a con man for the longest, man. I sold ice to an Eskimo. You understand me?
I got you.
So this is what you got to understand. I was 3 months from having to move out of a house that I was renting. And it wasn't even the whole house. It was like 3 rooms, and I was staying with my sister at the time, but it was me and my kids. And she told me, she says, I need you out at a certain time. I'm like, cool, that gives me enough time to find a place, you know what I'm saying? Figure out a way, this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
And now, mind you, at this point, I'm just a tattoo artist. Okay, there's not a lot of paperwork behind that, you know what I'm saying, at this time, in my life. So not only do I not have a paper trail, okay, I barely had enough money to move. Now, tell me this, fam. How many ways are there going about getting into an apartment complex without a paper trail?
Not a lot.
No, nearly impossible.
Not
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, and
Nearly
there's ways.
impossible.
Aaron, we've done it.
Yeah,
there's
we have.
ways.
Yeah,
There's
there was
ways.
a hustle, but go ahead, please.
But look, but I didn't hustle. See, this is the thing. Don't misconstrue my blessings for me working. See, check this out. I was at my boy's house doing a tattoo. I said, "Hey, fam, can you run me over here? Because I gotta get into a place. You know what I'm saying? So I need to grab an application." He's like, "Why don't you just fill the application out now?" I'm like, "Bro, I gotta find me a quick job or something, or have somebody write me up something saying this, that, and the third." Okay. He's like, "What?" He's like, "No, fill the application out." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm telling you." He's like, "Fill the application out." I'm like, "Cool." I fill the application out. And right where it says work, he grabs my paper, writes Stevens Roofing on it, writes what I get paid. Not only did he have 4 checks in advance for me to show proof of income, but allowed me to pay that off every other check.
Okay. All right.
So he came.
And I didn't even ask him to do this.
Right.
Okay.
So let me tell you something. Yes, you can pray for something and it makes you feel good about it. But come on, bro. Do we really believe in coincidences when it's been happening over a decade?
But there's also a thing called you are somebody to people, and somebody believed in you so much that they gave you
No?
a chance. You don't think
We
so?
weren't even boys like that.
Okay. Well,
So
I don't
what I'm
know.
telling you is that you can look at it from any aspect that you want, but because the situation was that fucked up,
Mm-hmm.
nobody ever believe it. You could tell somebody that the eye is hot, but unless they touch it, they ain't gonna know.
So why did he do that then? Why would he do that?
I asked him, I said, "Why would you do that?" He said, "Because you need help."
some people live that way.
He simply,
I would do it.
"You need help."
Okay.
I'd help.
I don't know
somebody.
too many kind people in my day, fam.
No, I
Okay,
get that.
I get that, too.
I forget that. Yeah. No, and it
And
throws
not
you for a
only
loop.
that, and I went through this whole process, and I'm like, okay, I'm not doing music no more. I want to do movies. Look who I'm talking to.
Okay.
We make
That's
movies.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. So the path you've been on this entire time has just kind of worked its way right where you wanted to go, and you had like nothing to do with that, really. You're basically saying that you've been blessed.
I take no credit. I take no credit for anything that happens in my life, fam, good or bad.
Wow. Okay.
And you know why that is?
I kind
It's
of
because
feel
everything
that.
bad in my life has taught me something.
Okay.
It's not like I left the
Yeah.
situation hurting with nothing,
Right.
fam.
Right.
It
You
turned
learned
me
your
into the
lesson.
person I am, right?
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
that definitely.
for sure.
I 100% get that.
For sure.
100%.
I agree
before
with
all
you
of this, I was
100%.
a real gangster. I was a real gang member out there selling drugs, doing my thing. I'm from High Point, West Side, COG, Fofo, PSG to the, you know what I'm saying? Like all the shit, all the stuff, my nigga. Like you gotta understand where
Aaron, it's
people
your
like
brother.
that come from, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, totally.
banging on the radio, but all the shit, all the stuff. But to be in humble form before you now, raising his children
Yeah.
and teaching his family love and only love,
Yeah.
I can only give credit to the Most High, fam.
Fair enough.
Okay.
man.
Because
No,
You know
I've
what?
seen it, I've witnessed it, I've
respect it.
experienced it.
Bless your heart.
There's too many
Bless
times
your
that
soul.
things came this close, bruh, and I'm like, man, I'm finished.
mm-hmm.
And then, bam! At that moment, every time.
I agree with you on the end result. I
Much
think
respect.
everything.
I get it.
I think things always work out.
Uh-huh.
I do think things always work out. I just don't know the fuck why.
Why? Right.
And your explanation is interesting, very interesting, but I don't know about it.
Yeah, but you know what? This is what my man
I don't
feels.
know.
This
But
is what
you-
he's
yeah,
getting.
because you can tell when
Yeah.
he tells the story. Like this is
Huh.
his heart and soul. Yes, I understand that. I think it's cool as shit.
See, now,
I think it's cool.
I would if there.
Right,
if-
you can write a story about that.
he probably
with that.
did. That's probably fucking his story, and that's why it makes people fucking cry.
Maybe.
You know, Jeff, this is what throws me off. I meet people like you that can give me the confidence. You know what I'm saying? And what they believe in. I don't hear that from churches. I don't hear that from people out there that are preaching this stuff. I don't. Very rarely do I hear it where I'm like, shit, maybe he did. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
you know
seriously.
the difference.
Please tell
Yeah.
me.
You know the difference
is
between
it?
a dream and experience.
What?
Please.
I mean, yeah, but
Nigga,
what?
you wake up from the dream, fam.
Okay.
Fair
yeah,
enough.
I get, yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I've been pitching myself this whole time, bro.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, you have.
Yes, you fucking have.
Yeah. Wow. They're very interesting.
So Chuck, my man
Yep.
here really, really believes in God, and he knows God's got his back. You are the only Christian here besides him.
You are indeed.
You've been quiet again, like he said earlier. What do you have to say? Because
Thank you for explaining it so well.
I've dropped a lot of questions
Oh.
on Jeff. Please
Did-
don't.
oh wait. Say it again.
There are a lot. Well, I didn't have any questions. This is one of those times as somebody of faith, this is one of the times you shut up and witness. Because it is. I can't sit here and quote the Bible. I can't sit here and give you other things. And I agree. If you fucking turn on TV and watch something religious, it's fucking hard to swallow to listen to somebody do it. You have to experience it. How do you it all depends on how the person learns too. Some people will pick up a Bible and memorize verses just for the first time they read them. I'm not. I have to experience shit. I have to fuck shit up and realize that I can come back from that. Now, you want to say it, it's self-worth and it's self-drive and all that kind of stuff. I don't see it that way either. I see it as the fact that somebody else has my back. I have not had the kind of lifestyle that Aaron's brother Marcus or you, Jeff, have had. I've had somewhat of a privileged lifestyle, but I've done a lot of stupid shit and some things that I probably should not have walked away from and thinking I could probably get away with it. But here I am, moving forward, helping the next person, living a life of love, sharing stories, listening, and I do a lot of listening. That's one of the things. I don't say much during this show, Jeff. You should tune into a couple other episodes where you realize I talk at the end because I just let it all go. But yeah, I mean, it's about the life experience that you go through is what you feel. I mean, there's a service Sunday. One of the best things I love about the church that I'm part of is the fact that we go out and we serve the community. Every time we've had a service Sunday for the last 6 months, I've been filming. Guess when the next service Sunday is? June 23rd.
Yeah, our biggest day of filming.
Our biggest day of filming that we're going to have. And the pastor texted me this morning. And he was like, brother, I've got a perfect job. If you can run this job for me, I won't have to worry about it. It's just some carpentry work to be done, and I'm a carpenter by trade also. So that's hail Jesus and Harrison Ford. We all started somewhere. Jeff liked that one. So Aaron, good. And Sam's like, fucking movie references.
What the fuck?
Harrison Ford was a carpenter.
No, I
Yeah,
know
before we became an
that.
actor. Okay.
Oh my God, I'm not stupid.
So was
I know
Jesus.
you
You don't know him, but you should get to hear some stories. But no, that's one of the favorite things that I do about it, and I've missed out on that lately. So that's the disconnect I've had for my church and my experience and everything that I do. I'm more about serving people and being there for people, much in like an experience that Jeff has gone through. I've done a few things similar to that. I'm not the guy who always needs the help, which is why I'm so quick to want to help.
He's the help,
Yeah.
He's the
No, I
helper.
get it. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Man. Go ahead. Sam.
I just really wanted to repeat the first thing that Chuck said that was kind of talked over because it was just initially what he very first said, because it was really cool. But I don't remember what it is now at this point. I was listening to everything else he said, which was all great too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't remember. But those of you listening, rewind and listen beyond beyond all the voices that are going on at the same time.
Aaron can edit it back in.
Yeah. Maybe I'll put it in so that people
put it
can
in after.
repeat it so that we can.
Yeah, because he did.
He
He said something really cool that I feel like everyone should hear and needed to hear.
There's a lot going on.
I don't remember what it was.
No, there's a lot going on in this conversation.
There's a lot.
No, and it's really good. It's good, and this is why
it's hella deep.
This is why I love this show.
And why is
I
this
love
like? Why did I decide to come to this show?
See what I'm saying? Oh shit! See, Jeff.
Divine intervention.
I quit this show.
She quit.
Sexy guys with tattoos. I mean, either way. I mean, I got one.
I mean, that
It's
might
not
have
as
been what
sexy as
drew
his.
me in, but
Right. No, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I love conversations like this because
It's crazy.
it really makes me fucking think. Here I am thinking we're going to talk about his music videos, why he's acting.
yeah.
And all this stuff, and
we
Jeff
went
dropped
deep.
some bombs on
Deep.
us. Like, thanks, Jeff. Thanks a lot, bro.
I know he's trying to kick a kid out of the room.
I
and won't
took
stop
no
talking
notes.
to
Is
him.
it a kid or?
Yeah,
it might not be a kid.
No,
I got
you're
a
good,
kid
brother.
here.
You're good, brother.
No, you're good.
You're good. You go ahead. This is around the reel. No, you're fine.
You're a father first.
Yeah, always a daddy first. Wow. Man, you guys. I don't know.
Crazy deep stuff.
No, it is.
Crazy deep stuff.
And that's the trickiest part about it. Because I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. I've never felt any of those moments. I know that we've gotten lucky in our lives. See, and I say lucky with things. I still
is it
always
luck?
say
Yeah.
that.
Well, who knows?
and I always know we're going to be all right. We're always going to be all right. I always know there's a way. But I attribute that to the passion we have to succeed, to not quit. I never attribute it to more than that. I just think that grind and the determination to be something and not fail, because I'm a sports guy too. That was my mind, right? I don't attribute that to a higher power or anything else. I just always think it's up to me. It's up to fucking me. Now, whether or not someone's guiding me to do that, I have no clue. I really don't. I really don't, Jeff. And I'm just being real with you too.
all I know is no higher power is going to help me right now because I got to pee.
You go pee. You go ahead.
So let me ask you this: would you say, and respectably asking, bro?
Sure, brother. No, you're fine.
Would you say that you could be arrogant at times?
Absolutely.
Okay, how about all the time?
I think that at most of the time I have to be, yes. Absolutely.
You have to be?
I have to be because I don't think this world
So-
fucks around, and I think that you got to fight fire with fire. I think that you got to be ready all the time because you don't know what's around the corner, and I'm never surprised
Could
when
you-
something goes bad.
Could you get anything from anybody?
Have I?
Can you?
Yes.
You can get anything from anybody.
Emotionally, yes.
No, I mean, period.
Oh, okay. Like taking from somebody?
Whatever it may be. You
Oh.
don't have to take nothing. But if you ask somebody for something, if you're like, can I get that last little bit? And they're like, no. Could you convince that person to give you the last of the little bit of something?
Well, if I was a salesman for most of my life, so I have to say yes. But at the same time, I know that's not possible because there's numbers involved. The more people I ask, the more opportunity I'll have.
Okay, so there's variables involved.
Absolutely.
Welcome to crowdfunding.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
It's a numbers game.
what I'm saying is everything has been on you. Whether there's something backing you, but you believe that it's been on your back, on your brow, on your strength, by your word. You personally, and only you personally, have made the things happen in your life.
I think that my determination.
Yes or no?
Well, here's the thing. I think that I don't believe in fate, and it's up to me to make my own destiny. That's what I believe.
Okay, so fate. You know what? Do you know what fate is?
Well, yeah. It's if you believe
what is fate?
If you believe in fate, that means every choice you make does not matter because you're already predestined for something.
Okay,
and I don't believe that.
Fate is this is what's going to happen. That's where you're going to end up.
No matter
what you do.
No matter what
your choices are.
And I don't believe
that. Did you know that God don't do fate?
No.
I didn't know
You didn't know that?
No. I read the Bible when I was a teenager.
Chuck, did you know this about God, that he doesn't deal with fate?
Yeah, that's why we have choice.
Yeah,
there's no fate.
Check this out. God, and just humor me for a second. God loves you so much. Okay? He says you have the choice to believe or not.
Right.
You have the choice to drink water or not.
Yeah.
You have the choice to shit, fart, and sneeze in a bathtub full of Jell-O if you want.
Good analogy, but yes, absolutely.
That's expensive.
So where does fate live inside the gospel?
Don't know.
Player.
Don't know.
I don't.
Don't know.
So
Read the Bible.
When I mentioned God, you said I don't do fate. God don't do fate either.
Yeah, but why pray?
You believe in people. You believe in people. Guess what? So does God.
Yeah, but why do people pray then, Jeff? That's the thing I don't get. Like, if you're praying, you're hoping that God's going to listen and change your path in life. Yeah, and it's not going to happen because it's already predestined, right?
No, see, look, check this out. I pray because I didn't know that these things were going to happen. And it happened. And anything that doesn't happen, I'm sure it's probably not for me because it's either going to corrupt me or take me off the path that I'm supposed to be on.
Right.
Supposed to be on. Because if you were a robot, you would do as robots do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Are you programmed in any way?
No.
At times in my life, yes.
Or maybe this is just the Matrix and only you have short-circuited. And you're looking at a program around you.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
And I see how I see the system.
Let's dig a little bit deeper. Let's put a circle inside of a square and tell it to be comfortable.
No, it depends on how big the square is.
It depends, yeah.
Or we can paint the universe straight, all white, but the earth. Do you see how redundant it starts to become after a while?
I think
people fight back because of a lot of pride.
Mm-hmm.
See, even black folks could be prejudiced, but this is what you have to understand. This is what you have to understand. If you're not willing to stand humble, then any compassion you've ever shown anybody is false under pretext.
Oh, I believe that. Yeah, for sure.
So now check this out. To be humble and to live by love. Can you agree with that? To just be humble and love motherfuckers? Just love. Just live by love.
Sam can. Chuck can.
I ain't got no enemies.
Aaron doesn't.
No, I lack trust.
He doesn't.
You lack trust? What does love have to do with trust?
I can't love somebody that I know may or may not hurt me.
Do you know what trust is? Trust is a control issue. Now, buckle your fucking seatbelt, my dude. Listen to what I'm telling you.
I'm listening, bro.
He fucked up when he got me on here.
I'm listening.
Look,
I'm listening.
Trust
Please help
is
him.
nothing more but a control issue.
How do you figure? Explain that.
I trust you up until the point you fuck up.
Say that. Say that one more time.
I trust you to the point till you mess up.
Okay, so you go in with a glass.
It was better
full.
when he said fucked up, but he's trying to catch himself now.
No. So you
Our
go
kids
in.
Came in.
Yeah, no, you're good, bro. So you go in with a glass full, right? And then if they fuck up, it starts draining your glass. And I go in completely
and then
opposite.
You're like, you know what? And you're like, you know what? Since I can't control the situation, you're obviously not doing what I need you to do. I gotta cut you off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. respectable. And that's why I respect Sam. But here's the thing. See, I go in with an empty glass. And when I start to know people, then I go, oh, like Jeff, he's cool. So you start filling that glass. I'm like, this is a good dude.
Why is my glass still empty?
And it's full. You know, he filled, Jeff, you filled my glass that day when I met you on set. You were nice, you were kind, you were compassionate, you cared about the project, you were interested, you were fun, you were likable. All those things filled my glass right away. I didn't know you. I had nothing to know you from, right? But see, that's the beauty of the way I feel like I look at things. Because I'm happily surprised that I met a good dude and you filled my glass.
I'm Elliot, and I got a question.
I could have went in and take the risk like Sam or Chuck does with a full glass, and you could have been a complete asshole. And then I would have left that day going, God, could have been a great day, but that Jeff guy, he was so awful. And then I'd be disappointed, I'd be depressed, I'd be sad. See, I avoid negative feelings as much as possible.
So
Jeff, before you retort, I have to call on the lovely lady who's been sitting there patiently with her hand up.
Yes, ma'am.
Sam,
I've been waiting. I've been waiting to be called on. I'm Elliot. I got a question.
You go.
I got a question.
Please go.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Why is my glass still empty?
Your glass?
Yeah. And that answer.
The one you're holding, the one he's holding.
No, the what? Why? So he says, you got to prove yourself, basically, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I've been with you for 18 years. Why is my glass still empty?
Oh, you think that you haven't filled my glass?
I think my glass is pretty empty. Why? And I want to know why.
No.
Wait. I need to understand. Wait, before we go with the analogy, please, Aaron, give me a second. Sam, are you talking about the glass that you're holding for Aaron or that he holds for you?
I hold for her.
He holds for me.
Yes, she believes that
Because he just said, everything he just said makes entire sense for other people. But I am like, the fuck? Are you
okay,
like,
so
why is mine empty? I don't get it.
See, here's the thing. It's full sometimes, and she'll fill it fast and be like, God, we got a full glass. We're having a great time. And then all of a sudden, something bad will happen. I'm like, oh, something spilled out.
A lot spilled out.
But
then
then
all of a sudden, we're empty
for 18
again.
years, we've had some full times, and we've had some low times. Never has it been empty, though.
See, Jeff, these are my friends. This is why I found Jesus.
And we're a couple, Jeff.
Yeah, for 18 years, so this is just... Don't mind us right now.
No worries.
But she definitely has got it right, because I lack humility. That's my weakest thing. Because I feel, Jeff, I have to be a certain way. Please go.
Defensive
but
as
you
fuck.
don't.
But,
But you don't. See, and this is the point. If I have a friend who steals, right? Like the motherfucker just steals shit, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And I know if he asks me for $20, he's not giving it back.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know people, right? You got to be able to look at somebody and be like, yeah, that's not a good. He probably,
I know people that don't steal that wouldn't give the $20 back.
At this point, I have a choice.
Yeah.
I could loan him. I could give him the $20 and chalk it up and charge it to the game just because I know the boy needs it, regardless of what he's using it for, regardless of who we stole from, whatever. Right. Here's $20. Let me be. Or I can give him $20 in the hopes that I'm different than everybody else he fucked over.
I get that.
I'd give him the $20 because he didn't just take it.
Yeah, that's.
If
so
he
check
steals
this out.
and he didn't
At
steal
this point, you just
asked,
made a logical choice. And not being upset at the scenario because you're allowing somebody to be somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We can't tell Aaron not to be a director.
Right.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
And if you don't accept it, then at that point you should neglect it and probably get some new friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So at this point, when you don't allow people to be people, that's called a control issue. And the reason why he feels that he needs to be in control is because, for a lack of a better term, it just makes him boring.
Interesting.
Wow.
Now check this out. And what I mean by makes him boring, he's not very adventurous.
No, he's
No,
not.
I'm not.
He's not. He's
And
really
what I
very
mean
not.
by not very adventurous is the fact that he holds his heart like this and he's like, no, no, no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no, boy, how
Yeah.
alone do you feel right now?
I don't.
You must, because
I
you're just
don't.
harnessing yourself to yourself. I bet you when you talk to yourself, you got to pay a fee.
No, I don't.
It's
not that deep.
When you go in and you search
It's not
within
that deep
yourself,
for me.
There is a ticket line.
himself himself is he can be
No.
alone with himself for the rest of his life, and
It's
he
just
feels
not that
like
deep.
he's got.
If you
everyone
allow
needs.
people, if you accept people are people, if you accept the fact that there are individuals out here,
Yeah.
if you accept the fact that there is no perfect human being on earth, when you accept the fact that somebody's going to let you down, even if they didn't want to, because it's human nature,
Right.
you can accept that you're not the only one that can make a mistake and be forgiven for it.
I get it. I get what you're saying. I totally get it. I just don't think it's that deep. And it's that simple.
I do. I
know you do.
know why
I
a
can
lot
tell.
of people hold resentment?
Yeah.
You know why a lot of people hold resentment?
Because they're hurt.
A
Because
lot of
that's
people end up in
they're
mental
protecting
institutes.
themselves. It's a protection.
No.
It's a shield. Absolutely.
It's unforgiveness. See, you're holding on to a trait that you picked up because you couldn't forgive somebody for hurting you.
Fuck yeah, I can.
That's my point.
I know it is.
And
but I don't.
I can tell you right now, it's his mom and his dad. They both died before he could get any answers from them for why.
But here's the thing. It is what it is, and you just move on. And I don't think it's any deeper than that. I really
No,
don't.
it is deeper than that.
It doesn't have to be.
Anyway,
If it's not
This
that
could go
deep, then
all
how
kinds
come
of
you're still
deep,
holding
but-
on to it?
yeah.
Because I have to watch out for other motherfuckers that might do the same thing.
That's funny.
It's like it's the same people that like I got to have my gun to protect my house. Well, I got to have them too to protect my heart.
Oh boy.
It's fine. You gotta watch out for yourself.
So you're sensitive.
This is a fuck yeah. I am. I'm a pussy inside. I am scared. I've always been scared. I've been scared of rejection. I got rejected when I was a kid. I got called names. If it wasn't for Michael Jackson, I wouldn't have been cool at my fucking white school. If I wasn't an athlete, they wouldn't accept me. I mean, come on. I mean, this is the life. We all have our stories. We all have
literally.
them. We all have them.
I gotta go.
You know, and sometimes this shit happens. It happens. And then you get these scars and these defense mechanisms that you have to use. And a lot of people aren't brave enough to just go out like you did, Jeff, or Chuck does, or even Sam does, and are able to just...
You'd rather hurt other people.
No, it's not about hurting other people. It's not about hurting other people. It's
Hurt people.
It's not about hurting people. I don't look for any problems. I don't start any shit. I don't. I react. I react to things that I see around me that might affect the people I do give a shit about.
Okay, well, I've also fought with acceptance, but in my own bloodline, so I can dig it, most definitely. Being a white Mexican, okay, my dude, with black and Mexican brothers and sisters, and then having black Mexican and then just full Mexican and like Asian Mexican in my family, right?
Asian Mexican, you have all the judgmentalness.
He's got them all.
Yeah,
bro.
dude.
Yeah, bro.
So look, when I tell you, I get it. But see, this is the thing. I had to make peace with the fact that my cousin's my cousin. You can't change that motherfucker for who he is. So I'm gonna just love him from a distance. But I'm not gonna allow nobody to take. See, the reason why you get hurt is because you allow people to take that place in your life. That's a choice, my dude. Nobody's put. See, this is the thing. I tell people, when you're in a position where you think you should feel some type of way, always make sure, like, go like this. Go like this. You know why you're doing this? Because you're trying to find a gun to your head to deal with the situation. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Don't you know in the Bible it says, no weapon formed against me shall prosper?
No, I don't.
That means anytime a problem comes my way, that's a weapon formed, right? The problem comes. I'm not defeated yet, but the problem came. So that's the weapon formed. God said, give it to me. And when he says, give it to me, say, thank you, Jesus, and keep it pushing about your day. Don't let it bother you. And watch how that problem takes care of itself most of the time.
Yeah, and I do that, but I don't give it to God. I don't literally do that, but I don't let problems stop me. They just go. They just go by.
But not putting yourself in a position where you can actually gain. See, you're losing more than you're gaining being that way, though.
Maybe not. We don't know.
Maybe not.
Nobody really knows. I don't think anybody really knows. We all go with our gut feelings. We all go with the thoughts that we have.
I'll tell you this. If you met me 5 years ago, you wouldn't like me.
No, I probably would. Because I like you now. No, I like your backstory.
Can I tell you? So let me tell you
Please
something.
do.
He might have liked you more then.
I probably would have.
So I got a problem with big people.
Okay.
Like fat or tall?
Anybody who's my size or bigger, I got a problem with for some reason.
Fair enough.
I would fight you, bro.
Gotcha. Just because
So
the size.
5 years ago, I had real bad anger issues.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like I was a monster. It was horrible.
I get that too.
So what I'm telling you is the only thing I can say for somebody who came from monstrosityness, I know that's not a word, but you get it.
But I get it.
We're creative. It works.
You know, to be this I'm loving, bro. I'm humble. I'm Mr. You my shirt in a snowstorm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm Mr. Quick to do something for you. Or you know what? Build a bridge. Not that I can walk across and maybe ask for some, but that there's a bridge for you to walk across and maybe ask me for something.
Right.
Very giving. I've never been that way. I used to be greedy as shit. But long story short, when I started following the word, and this is just reading for myself, okay? It's not going to church. It's not talking to pastors. It's not talking to preachers. This is reading myself and then doing other information finding. Like, did you know that the King James Version is a rewritten version of the Great Bible, which there's a passage in it that says, he who stands against a tyrant, your government, obeys God. See, God fight for you. You ain't even know it. He says, go ahead and fight for yourself. Because at this point, you're fighting for me too.
Mm-hmm. What if your tyrant's something different than like the government?
Your tyrant could be yourself, fam. Your tyrant could be the lust for flesh. Your tyrancy could be the lust for money. You could have, you can have an issue with yourself that's killing you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't stand up against yourself, well, guess what? And you allow yourself to self-destruct and just turn into this ugly, you know what I'm saying?
I do.
That's how much he loves you. That's how real it is. And basic common sense, you could tell me something that you're not supposed to do. And the Bible's saying the same thing. You know why people don't like the Bible? They don't believe in a God? Do you know why?
I'm sure there's
because
many reasons.
they've been growing up getting told what to do their whole lives. Without basic instructions of why you shouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, God tells you shouldn't do things, but he explains to you like a good father does why and how it's bad for you and how the only thing he wants for you is the best of yourself. See,
Yep.
He wants you to wake up tomorrow, bro, and be better than you were today. God doesn't teach nobody nothing about murder, sickness. He's not trying to come bump uglies with, you know what I'm saying? He's not trying to take your girl. He's not trying to, you know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, following God and just loving people, bro. Not only is it free, but you have nothing to lose.
Right.
But everything to gain. I'm talking, bro, I'm from the hood, bro. I come from the slum. We cut from the cloth. You understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
I sold guns before I sold dope. I was spitting 9mm bullets before I was spitting raps.
Right. And see, I never did any of that. I've never done a bad
But
thing
see,
in
this
my
is
life
the thing.
like that.
Coming from an ugly place that promotes violence and promotes Satanism,
Mm-hmm.
I still came out loving the Lord.
Right. But do you think you needed
And
that?
actually
Do you think you
recognizing
needed
what he
that,
pulled
though?
me through.
Yeah, but do you think you needed
Huh?
that because of how far down you went? See, I never went that far down. I never traveled down that path, Jeff. I never had guns in my
And
hand
the best
shooting
thing
at
about
people.
it,
Never.
and the best thing about it, my dude, is not even having gone that far
Mm-hmm.
and still elevate and surpassing anything you've ever thought you'd ever have or find yourself.
I got much respect. That's amazing. It's fucking crazy that anybody can do that on any level. I'm just saying, because of the life I've led, I've never seen a reason to have to put my faith into something that I can't see, smell, feel. I just never have. And it's that simple to me. That's it. I know what right and wrong is, and I always tries to do what's right. Because I don't get along with certain people sometimes does not necessarily mean that's a mistake. I mean, I don't get it. I just don't get it. But I get why people do.
I
And in
just
that way,
think
I'm
the
humble.
power of me has no power. I'm not that smart. When it comes to this, I'm not that smart.
Well, you're a pretty smart guy. I can see
Yeah,
it.
but there are some things, bro, that you know how you can just kind of make a sound about something because you just can't explain it.
Yeah.
That's where I'm dumb at, right? I can't even tell you the proof. I can't tell you the
You don't have to. I get it. Yeah, there's no way you can.
So I'll say this. There's going to come a day, and the fact that you say that, I've never been in a position, and I think that God put me in a few positions where I didn't have nothing but him to go to.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you this, like somebody should have told me and made me understand what they meant by it. You ever heard the saying, humble yourself because you don't want God to humble you?
I haven't heard that one either.
Humble yourself before the one true Most High, or you will be humbled. There's two ways I believe that God shows himself or reveals himself in people's life. It's either bringing them out of something or putting them somewhere so they recognize what's really going on.
And you could be right. You could be right, brother. I don't know.
This conversation got real deep
as
real
fuck.
quick.
Real deep, real quick, bro. But you know what? It was fucking great. It was fucking great. You the man, Jeff. You really are. I'm telling you.
I appreciate that, bro.
I appreciate you, and we're gonna be doing a lot more stuff. And maybe you can teach me something. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Like I said, just don't get mad. And I'll stop going to the gym so you don't have to beat me up.
Shut the fuck up. That was then. That's not.
Oh,
I can't deal with y'all right now.
Dude, I love you, brother. I really do. No, it's great. It's good stuff. All right, Chuck. We should probably end the show. We've had you for an hour, Jeff. Thank you for joining us today. Stick around. Chuck's going to do his thing, and then we'll end the show.
Jeff, Mr. Messenger brought the message to Aaron Carlson today, not anticipating that this is where the conversation goes. So I'd like to say, Jeff, thank you for joining us today on Around the Real. Thank you for hanging out for a conversation about all things creator instead of creative. But it was an honor talking to you today. To end, I got to slow down for a second and say some different weird stuff. Over the last year, I learned how to switch one letter from I to E. I went from bitter to better. And then I think the only difference in your guys' conversations about your life experiences is changing the adjective from lucky to blessed. And you guys are still all the same dudes. We're all the same kind of people. I totally agree with the idea of loving the person next to you. And I don't have to wait for them to screw up. I realize people will screw up and I don't let it affect my day. That being said, Jeff, you are one crazy ass, ugly ass motherfucker with the crazy ass beard who brought a whole bunch of fun excitement to our set, and we're so grateful that you came and joined us. I'm so grateful you joined us for Down Around the Reel, to where we got everything, to where we got Sam who got up and peed in the middle of the show. We had a dog come up and kick my door, which you guys hopefully did not hear with good editing. And well, then Sam, of course, got up and left in the middle of the show when we were talking about everything personal and Aaron trying to grow, which she laughed at and left the room. Which is okay, because we all love her. And she's allowed to have her opinions, whether we agree with them or not. Whether you agree with Aaron Carlson and his beliefs, whether you agree with Jeff and his beliefs, or my white privileged ass over here on the other side of the bridge who thinks, God is great and sex is fun. Doesn't matter. The most important thing is to everybody remember to think hard, because you're thinking anyway, and buy the underwear because it's just fucking funny.
We'll see everybody later.
For those of you that want to be a guest on Around the Reel, please email Sam at aroundthereal253@gmail.com.
That's aroundthereal253@gmail.com.
Not Messenger. Do not message Aaron on Messenger, because then he has to send you a message that says email Sam at aroundthereal253@gmail.com.
That's aroundthereal253@gmail.com.
How come they can't just message me again?
Because nobody wants to fucking talk to you.
Can anybody reach out? That's an artist, filmmaker, actor?
If you're an artist of any kind, we want to hear from you.
But we are going to vet the crap out of you.
We don't care if you make millions of dollars in Hollywood or if you're just beginning your career in the art industry. We don't care. So everybody that wants to be on Around the Reel, yes, we want you.
That's aroundthereal253 at gmail.com.